I'm going to walk through how I build out a meal plan based on goals, age, weight, et cetera, et cetera. Done this probably over 1,000 times. I still remember the first meal plan that was ever made for me. There were two of the Boca chicken patties. So this was like 18 years ago. There was some chocolate soy milk. What else? I don't know, just some random stuff that my cousin, who wasn't vegan, was kind enough to try and help me on my original journey. So, I'm going to be walking through kind of how I do it here. This is my personal way, but there are many different ways to do this. But this is just kind of the guess and check method that has worked for me in the past. So, Dan, you mind unmuting yourself so we can have a conversation and let the other
Good.
people follow along? All right, Dan, where are you from, brother?
Well, originally from Alabama, but right now in Virginia.
Okay. All right. Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. I have not actually, I don't think I've ever been up in Virginia, but we can work with what you got up there.
Okay.
If you don't mind sharing with me and the people, how old are you and how much do you weigh right now?
42, soon to be 43 in about the next month and a half.
Okay.
Current weight about 241 as of this morning.
All right. 42 going on 43, 241. And tell me a little bit more like physical activity. You go to the gym, you do anything, you stay at home, what do you do?
Go to the gym. I'm in the military.
Okay.
Also, as far as gym is concerned, I took a couple of weeks off, beginning of the year crowds, just sort of like we're like, So kicking up again since February starting up to get back into the gym, actually looking to cut weight a bit too right now, especially with fitness tests coming up for the military and just want to cut weight, keep it off, that kind of thing.
Okay, cool. Well, as Lynn said here in the chat, thank you for your service, Dan. Appreciate it. We people like myself that have these other jobs where we uh offer luxuries, we wouldn't be able to have this ability without people like yourself. So thank you.
Thank you.
Um it's 241. How tall are you actually?
5'7.5".
5'7.5". We got to
Yeah,
include that. All
got to
right.
include that half.
Um, I was like 5'11.5" for forever. I think I did sprout. Maybe it's the Mohawk sprouted just a little bit more. Okay, cool. I normally have this all like written in a questionnaire, but whatever. We're just doing it on the fly here. Going to build out a high protein vegan meal plan for cutting for Dan. Any allergies or anything that we need to like absolutely avoid? Either allergies or foods you hate?
No, no allergies, and there's really no food that I don't eat except for anchovies, unless yeah, and that's not even on the plate anymore. So yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Now, I guess yeah, I guess I can ask. Are you plant-based now? If so, how long and what was your reasoning for it?
So for me, it was more so I'm not completely plant-based, trying to get completely over that way. Um,
Okay.
so st really started making the change toward the end of last year, and it was just primarily for health reasons. And I was just like, when I stop and think about it, I'm like, okay, there's health reasons. It's, I think, better for the environment when I do my research about it. So I'm like, why not? And if I can actually take in the food that I need without having the death of an animal, why not? So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Right there. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to go find this path. But I think once you're down it, you realize that all the reasons are important. So
yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the openness, honesty. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is my first time trying this here. I normally do this on YouTube, but it should work. It should work. I'm just gonna share the whole screen. All right. Can you guys see what I'm working with here?
Yep.
All right, cool. So this is just kind of my methodology here. Again, there's multiple ways to do this. I've got your, I guess I can build it out since other people are gonna be looking at it. All right, so I've done this for a while. You can use macro calculators, TDE calculator, TDEE calculator.com, something like that. You can Google it.
Mhm.
That can help you kind of guess your macros if you're not really sure what you want there. But for you at 241 pounds, I'm going to say you're probably relatively active, especially if we're going to be cutting and stuff like that. I would say
Yeah.
probably a safe range to put you at while still losing some body fat, somewhere like in the range of 2,500 calories a day. I would just, based on intuition, I
Yeah.
think that that would be good. I think you will lose some weight at that. We may need to go a little higher if you lose weight fast. May need to go a little bit lower if you lose weight slow. But if you're sticking right at this, the goal, I would say for you, about 2.5 pounds a week on average. I
Hmm.
usually do about 1% of body weight per week. Body weight per week drop when you're looking for fat loss. Now, over time, it might adjust here and there, but this is a good use because, like, let's say there's a woman watching this, it's 125 pounds, and she wants to drop some weight. She probably shouldn't be doing 2.5 pounds a week, maybe more like 1.2 pounds. And again, I would weigh myself every day. That way you can kind of track the trend. You usually will see a bigger drop the first week or so, especially if you pull carbs down. Um, and then kind of aim for about that 2 pound a week going forward. So what I would do from a protein standpoint, I would probably put you, probably right at about 240 grams. I think that that would be a really solid higher end protein. Like realistically, this is a range, but you could probably get away with 200 to 250 grams. Anywhere in there would be fine. I usually put protein a little bit higher in case hunger gets high because protein's extremely filling.
Hmm.
Next, I look at fats. I guess we'll put a placeholder for carbs, but for fats, we don't want these to go too low because we want to keep hormone production in a good spot.
Hmm.
Fats are essential for brain health, skin health. So I think like a reasonable range, not too high, not too low, would be something like realistically, you could probably hang out anywhere from 50 to 70. So for the purposes of uh, this presentation, I'll put you at 60. And then the rest will be the carbs. Now, there are calculators that do this. I'm also a little bit old school, so I'll walk you through how we do this. So,
Okay.
protein, it's going to have 4 calories per gram. So, we're going to take 4 times 240, and I will do that on a calculator because it is getting too late for me, almost my bedtime. 960. All right.
960.
And then on the fats, it's 9 calories per gram. Fat's a little bit denser. So one reason why we be careful a little bit with the fat is it's easy to add up. So 9 times 60, that's going to be 540. And then we take the total calories here, and we back that out to find the carbs. So we know carbs are also 4 calories per gram. So if we have a total of the 960 on the protein plus 540 on the fats. That's 1,500 calories. So that's actually easy math. So we've got 1,000 calories left over for carbs. And so 4 times 250 is going to equal that 1,000. So we do about 250 carbs. So this is I mean, this is not that many carbs. We could trade some protein for carbs, but I think we can also build this out. We can find some ways. So
Hmm.
on your plant-based journey so far, that's why I got some options listed out here. What do you, and that might be a little bit small, what do you typically do for protein right now? What do you like? What do you enjoy?
Tofu.
Tofu? Okay. All right.
All
That's
different
easy.
types of tofu.
All right. Then we can also, I think I'll just bold them here. Tofu's
Hmm.
awesome. We got other options. I think that you would probably like trying seitan. You can make it at home.
Hmm.
I can send you a recipe on that.
Okay.
And then just for a little bit more variety, we could throw some TVP in there. That'll give us a few different options here. I'm going to be doing a presentation tomorrow on fat loss that includes like other options we can look at. But I think for the purposes of this, we can go with that. Do you use any protein powder at all?
Yes, I actually just got some veg protein that I saw
Ah,
online. And
perfect.
there was also one that was made by, it's got like, oh, good grief. What's the name of it? I can't think of the name of it. I mean, I literally just got in the other day. It's
No
got
worries.
mushrooms in it though.
Ah, okay. I'm not sure. There's some alternative meats that have mushrooms, but I'm not sure on the protein powder side. It might be like a mushroom blend to help with like cognition or things like that. But
Yes.
we'll work with what we got here. This is enough to get rolling to give you a few different things. So, um, I think for the morning, we could probably do you with like this is just how I would set it up, like a protein oatmeal. Have you ever
Mhm.
tried mixing protein with oats before?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna plug these in right here. I'm using my Fitness Pal, and then I'll update it on the screen on the right so that other people can keep up. I'm gonna throw the oatmeal, some veg. I like to throw in some canned pumpkin. Have you ever tried that before?
Oh, I got canned pumpkin.
Perfect. All right, we'll throw in some canned pumpkin. That gives you some vitamin A, also gives you some fiber. The oats have some carbs, some fiber. They keep you full. I love throwing in blueberries. Does that work for you? Blueberries?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Good antioxidant. And then we'll throw a little bit of flaxseed. It's a healthy fat. It's going to help with hormone production again. So let me see if I can move this thing out of the way. All right. And do this. All right. So might be a little bit hard to see, but we're starting to build this out. Now, realistically, yeah, that's I think that's a solid start. I might play with the numbers here, but this is a solid start just
Mhm.
to have something in there kind of as the placeholder again. That is how this works, at least for me. I'm sure there's probably like an AI system or something else that can do it, but this is how I build these out. So for the
Mhm.
second meal, we can try that TVP. It's textured vegetable protein. It's
Mhm.
basically like soy, but they take a lot of the fat out of it. So while I love tofu, if we do too much tofu, we'll end up getting too much fat in our diet. We won't be able to have fat from other ways. So
Mhm.
I'll throw in some TVP here. And then I would also, for this meal, um, we got a couple ways we could go with it. Would you rather go like an Italian style meal with some pasta sauce, or maybe like a more of a Mexican style meal, like with some beans, salsa, things like that?
Let's go Mexican.
Mexican? All right. So we'll put I'm just gonna put this also as kind of a placeholder here. We can do some like taco mix, um, just to kind of give it that seasoning. Let me see here. Like I
Mhm.
don't know exactly what brand you'd use, but I'll just throw in some here. We'll throw in some black beans. Also, again, they have protein, but I view them more as a carb source and a superfood source. Very high in potassium. They'll help you. So, potassium will help you prevent cramping in the gym, give you better pumps, help you with endurance and things like that. So, what I do, I'll put a placeholder here again. Like we might go back and play with things. We'll put some beans. I'm going to put some nutritional yeast. Have you tried that yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. So we'll throw some nutritional yeast, another carb, protein, and B12 source, and then we can throw in some salsa. I love anything tomato based. Again, really high in
Mhm.
potassium, great for our health. And then we could maybe finish this off with a little bit of avocado, um, or guacamole, either one. All right,
Okay.
so let me update that here. And so what we'll do, we're going to kind of just keep building out these placeholders and see what this looks like towards the end. We'll check the macros and make sure it kind of fits these goals that I've set up on here on the side. All right, so meal three, moving along. Let's go. I know you like tofu, so we'll go with some tofu. Uh,
Okay.
with where you're at, do you go to Trader Joe's or Walmart? Either
Yeah,
of those
I
accessible?
have all of them around. So
Okay. I'm gonna do it's the same either way. Walmart has it. It's the organic super firm Nasoya brand. Trader Joe's has it. It just says a super firm organic high protein tofu. I
okay.
like this one because it's 70 grams of protein per block. So I'm gonna put you a block of tofu, half a block of tofu.
Okay.
Do you do it kind of like Asian style? You like soy sauce, things like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Um, Soy sauce with some miso maybe from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was stationed in Japan for a little bit, so
Ah, nice. I've never been. I did have the only one I'm aware of, a Japanese vegan bodybuilder. She competed in bikini, and she was the only one she knew out there. So,
oh wow.
well, hopefully, it's spreading the word, getting to other places.
Yeah.
Okay, so soy sauce, some tofu. Do you like green beans?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll throw in some green beans. Those will keep you full, pretty low in calories. What else could we do? Maybe we'll see what all we need here, but we could maybe throw in, if we got room for it, a little bit of potatoes. And I do this from a digestion perspective. I put in some kimchi. You could
Mm,
alternatively do sauerkraut. And it doesn't even have to be with this meal, but just in general, it's another probiotic that's going to help us out in the long term.
mm,
So this is kind of tentatively what we got plugged in here for meal three.
okay.
I didn't ask how many meals you eat a day, but I would probably recommend we do four. Is that reasonable within your lifestyle?
That's reasonable.
Okay. All right, cool. So then the last one, that'll be that seitan. We could do this one pasta style, or we could do it something else. Yeah.
Let's do
Okay.
pasta style.
All right. So the way I make seitan, it's kind of almost like I bake it in the oven, and it kind of almost comes out like a thick, heavy, almost like a sheet of bread. And then I chop it up, but it's like little meat cubes once I'm done with it.
Okay.
To build that out, we'll use vital wheat gluten, and then I also mix mine with nutritional yeast, just to give it a little bit more protein and a nice flavor. But you could mix in Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, you name it. It's pretty versatile stuff. So we'll do some seitan, made out of vital wheat gluten, and then we'll throw in some pasta sauce. I usually go with the Classico brand, but you can use this one's about 50 calories. Whatever you want is 50 calories. Um, and then another veggie. We could do spinach. We could do asparagus, mushrooms. What do you prefer?
Spinach.
Spinach. All right.
Yeah.
And just a pro tip for anybody here, for like the blueberries, for the green beans, for the spinach, you can do frozen if you want. When they freeze vegetables and fruits, they freeze them at their most ripe point in time. Whereas like when you get a banana from the store, that thing had been green for like 3 months before it gets to you. So the fresher foods, they might taste better. If you like fresh, go for it. But there's nothing wrong with frozen. All right, let me see. I need to add something else here. Um, I need to add maybe a little bit of a fat source. We could add more avocado, or we could do something like cashews. If you felt like making your own cashew cream sauce or something like that, you could. Um, what would you prefer there?
The cashew cream sauce sounds good.
Okay. All right. We'll plug in
Yeah.
cashews. If you get lazy, I've been lazy before. I just throw cashews on top. If you want to play with it, make like a creamy cashew sauce, you can go for that. All right. So let's see what we're working at here. And then we'll go back out of this. So we have 200 carbs, 200 protein, 60 fat. So this is just like my placeholder, like I said.
Mhm.
So I put you a bit higher on protein and I put you a bit higher on the carbs. So what we could do, we could just throw in like a fruit smoothie for meal five, use some protein powder and some fruit, or I can go back and add to some of these other meals. What would you prefer there?
Probably the smoothie.
Smoothie? All right, that makes my life easy. All right, we'll do since you're cutting, we'll do the veg protein powder again there. We probably have enough. Do you like bananas and strawberries?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. And then I'll also give you some next steps here as well once we finish up. Uh, Strawberry. All right. So I went just a hair over on the protein and a hair over on the fat, and we are like pretty spot on the carbs. So what I'll do, I'll look at all these meals. Meal two actually had the most protein, so I'm going to pull down just slightly for meal two on this TVP at the top.
Mhm.
Let's try this. All right. And then I'm going to pull down just slightly on the avocado as well. I'll put 55. Lots of guessing and checking, at least the way I do it when I build these out. It might be some AI system that does it another way, but okay. All right. That brings us down to 236 carbs, 63 fat, 240 protein.
Oh, that's
I think that'll work. I think
that's spot on.
spot on. All right. So this is my best guess. This is my intuition doing this for 5 years, done it with
Mhm.
about 500 people. This is where, based on just the information I have from you, I think we should start. What
Yeah.
you'll want to do in an ideal situation, once you go ahead and swap over to this, start weighing yourself daily and kind of
Mhm.
track that moving average. And if you're losing about 2 pounds a week, You can run this for as long as feels good. If you're not losing enough, we might need to take some food out. What I do is I normally just pull carbs. I would say keeping your fats about where they're at is going to keep you nice and fine hormonally. Keeping the protein where it's at is going to keep you full. So if it were me, I would maybe even trade some of the banana for some strawberries. That might be an easy swap because
Okay.
bananas are pretty high in carbs if it's not a lot of food at the evening. And you can eat these in any order you want too, because it doesn't really matter if you have your oats for dinner and your smoothie for breakfast or vice versa. As long as your total macro intake for the day is about in this range, that will be what you need. And then again, yeah, if you need to cut some things down, oats would be another easy one to pull out of here. You could turn this first meal into a smoothie if you need to be on the go and want to take the oats out. You could pull out the potatoes. Any of those carby foods would be my first pulls down. I would say like
Okay.
that would probably set you up there. So I know I've kind of run through this fast. I want to maybe see if we can get one more done for somebody else. But Dan, any questions on this?
No, it all makes sense to me. So no, I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. And then trying to think. Where did you come through? How did you find out about this?
Instagram.
Okay, great.
I follow your Instagram account.
Oh, you rock. Well, thank you for being here. Um, let me I'm trying to think the best way to do this so that I can send this to you. But I don't want to put your or my information usually public here right now.
I
Let me
tell you what, I will shoot you a message on Instagram.
all right, perfect. And then I will pin that up at the top so that I can make sure I don't lose it in there because sometimes that gets a little bit busy. Everybody else is waiting. If there's somebody else that wants a meal plan, we might have enough time to do one more. Just checking on the side here. Oh, a mycelium protein. Is that the new protein you got, Dan?
No, it was made by who's the mushroom drink people?
Wait. Mushroom drink. Does anybody else know? Mud water?
Or
That's what they
Signatic,
said?
Yes,
maybe?
Mudwater.
Mud water. Okay. I've
They
never
actually
tried
created a
that.
protein powder that I just tried it this week. So
Let's see here. Actually, I'd give out my phone number. I don't care. You can text me, Dan. 352
uh-huh.
215 zero
Uh-huh.
zero zero eight.
Gotcha.
Perfect. And I can take a screenshot, send that over to you. All right, good deal. Batty, you said, and thank you again, Dan, for your service. And I'm excited to see how this works for you. Keep me posted. Let me know if we need to move things up or down, but I think this will be a really solid starting spot.
Thanks, will do.
All right. And Batty, you said you'd love some help.
I would love some help.
All right. Let us give me just a moment. I don't want to miss this here on my phone on my end. Give me like 12 seconds. Um for you, tell me a little bit of backstory. Are we plant-based and if so, for how long?
Yeah, we're plant-based. I'm in the forum and I had a call with Allie. And so I am 56. I weigh about 240 right now. And I'm trying to get my mobility back and I'm trying to get enough protein in. And I'm having a hard time getting enough calories in. I had the weight loss surgery about 12 years ago. So I have like the bionic stomach that's tiny. So believe it or not, I'm like super fat, but it's hard to eat enough.
Okay, you said let me make sure I got this right now. 56, 240,
Yeah, about 240. Yeah,
240. How tall?
5'5".
5'5". Okay. And how long did you say you've been plant-based for?
Uh, about a month now, because I had
Okay.
been kind of off and on, but now I have been for about a month.
Okay, cool. I got some new peoples in here. I mean, it's cool to be able to catch you this early in your journey because I definitely had to figure this stuff out alone for a very long time. Um, So you said for you, it's actually hard to eat enough.
Unless I eat junk, yeah, which I
Okay,
don't want to eat.
totally fair. So
Like if I drink soy mocha, sure, I can get all the calories in, but not in a good way.
all right. Well, what we're gonna want to do then is find this is almost so what you're trying to do. What is your goal other than getting the food? Are we trying to lose weight? Are we trying to work out? What's the overall goal here?
We are trying to lose weight. We are trying to stop a kind of binge and restrict cycle.
Okay.
And we are trying to build some muscle mass before I get osteoporosis.
Okay, great. Good pro tip here for women. I tell my mom all the time, you got to lift some weights. Doesn't have to
Yeah.
be a crazy amount. You don't need to be a bodybuilder, but I mean, for everyone, but especially for women, we can help stave off osteoporosis by putting some extra resistance on our skeletal muscular system. Okay, cool. So what are you currently doing? Are you doing cardio? If so, how many times per week? Weight training, if so, how many times per week?
So right now I'm kind of floundering. I just got done wearing an ortho boot for 6 weeks because of plantar fasciitis. So I can do weight bearing. I can't do a ton of like lunges and squats. I can do some. Um, so I'm doing some walking right now, but I want to get going with the resistance. And I did try the at home, no equipment, upper lower body split that is in the forum, and it's way too advanced for me. So I just need to start, I guess, lower and slower so I can build some consistency.
For sure. Start with the easiest things. I might would potentially pair you with Coach Samara. I think she would have the ability to work with you on where you're currently at as far as getting started there. But okay, so then let me see here. So for you, um, being a little bit
Samara's cookbook is the bomb.
Oh, she rocks. So for you, obviously we just had Dan, so he's about a similar weight, but you're a little bit shorter, a little bit further along in age, and then also a woman. So your metabolism is going to be probably a little bit lower, and also activity levels a little bit lower. So I think for you, we'd probably want to go a little bit lower in overall calories, but we don't want to go too low because if we go too low, then cravings, binging, all of that's more likely to happen. So I think for you, based off top of my head, I think realistically, you'd probably be safe anywhere from probably realistically like 1900 to 2300 calories. So I think I would say let's maybe go a little bit a little bit on the conservative side. Let's say 2200 calories. And if you do 2200 calories for a week and are able to stick to it, then if we don't see the significant amount of weight loss there, we can drop it a little bit lower. But I think that would be a safe spot to start you at. And then also for everyone here, this is not like the end all be all meal plan that you follow for the rest of your life. This is how we get started. This is how we start tracking and weighing our foods. And then once we have the knowledge of what, 40 grams of oats looks like when you put it in the bowl,
Yeah.
we can move to more intuitive eating. Like I've eaten and tracked my food for so many years that I could realistically go in the kitchen and just about eyeball. And like Allie and I did that for Christmas. We pretty much eyeballed the whole day, but I know about where I should be at because I've done it for so long. But if we haven't, or if we're starting a new meal plan, then it does help to actually weigh the foods. I recommend people weigh the food before cooking it because
Yeah.
vegetables, fruits, they have water in them. And if people are not plant-based, meat it definitely has water in it. And then once you cook it, some of that water evaporates. The cooked weight will be a little bit different. So, um,
That sounds like
yes.
so many calories. I'm not sure how I could do that without eating all day long, but you are the
Okay.
pro.
Well, here's the other thing. I look for consistency more than I look for perfection. So if you're consistently eating 1800 calories a day, maybe you miss one meal, but you miss that same meal every single day, then we can look at things from there. I think I think that this is on the higher side for calories, but I just don't want to start you off so low that you stay low for 4 or 5 days and then we start to binge or start to overeat or start to go to junk foods. So,
Yeah, that can happen for
yeah.
sure.
So I'll do this and I'll do this with like higher calorie foods that are easier to get down. And then
Okay.
what I'll do though, if something is a little bit too easy, or I'm sorry, if it ends up being easy to eat this and we're not seeing weight loss, it'll be really easy to pull these out. So with my knowledge and experience, I'm almost gonna treat you like the way I do with some of my bodybuilding clients that feel like eating to grow is really hard. So we have to find foods that are easy to get in. I'm still gonna try and keep this as healthy as possible along the way. Um, but I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I don't think that I did. So it is not a meal plan for forever. It'll need to change with time, but also it's not even a meal plan forever in the sense that I encourage, like Sergio said in his presentation, we want you guys to have like I usually say a meal off plan per week. If it's like holidays and a birthday lines up and you have 2 meals off plan in one week, that shouldn't be the end of the world. And realistically, if that one meal you're eating off each week is reasonable, have a couple slices of cake with your family, or me, I love vegan pizza and vegan pancakes. Um, it shouldn't derail everything else that you're doing. If you do so much damage in one day that it messes up the whole week, probably want to reel that day back in. But tell me right now, as far as are there any protein sources or food sources that you personally enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, I really like tofu.
Okay.
I eat tofu quite a bit. I do have, I got the Say Grace like sampler and I like that, but
Okay.
I find that it's hard to eat enough calories with that because it's really
Mhm.
filling, which is great. It makes the cost of it really, really good, but to get down like a full serving of that is pretty tough. But tofu's good. I like beans, even though they don't have as much protein. I
Okay.
like the Trader Joe's soy milk that has like 9 grams of protein per cup. I do that with my
Okay.
coffee. Uh, Protein powder I use, and I was talking to Allie about this, like they're so sweet. Like I don't enjoy them as much. I would rather make a smoothie that's like, banana and hemp powder and cashew than like even the
Okay.
veg, like which has great macros, is just it's a little too sweet to be palatable.
Okay. Well, then we'll just have to play around with some things here. So,
And of
um,
course, I like the Jardine stuff that everybody likes, like the chicken nuggets and all that, which I know is like
okay.
super processed, but it's easy to, get the calories in.
Yeah, I don't subscribe that those like supposedly super processed foods are really that bad for people. I think I don't typically program them for every meal of every day, simply just
Right.
because of cost for most people.
That too.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think we can work with I would agree. We'll take out the say grace because um that is just going to be it's one of like the hardest foods to overeat that I've found. So all right, I'm just gonna start playing with some things here and see what we can build out. So I think for like your first meal, um if what with what we're doing here, I'm not going to be as worried um about the macros. I think like having that calorie target would be a good starting spot for you. So we'll kind of build it out here and aim for a calorie target, and then we can come back and play with the macros if we need to. For meal one, I was thinking really for you, a smoothie would probably be a good place to start. Is that something you'd be cool with trying for the first meal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna load this one up. Um, I'm gonna try it this way. It might end up being a lot of food, but we're gonna do like 200 grams of bananas, like a lot of bananas. I like to freeze bananas. My trick is I will peel them and put them in a Ziploc bag and then put them in the freezer.
Yeah,
Um,
then they're
we can.
creamy. I like that too.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, we could do that as well. Um, all right. Trader Joe's soy milk. Man, they stopped carrying the Trader Joe's soy milk where I live. We'll throw
Oh
two
no.
cups of that in there. We end up going to
Okay.
Publix. They have that there. And then we can also add Do you like peanut butter?
I do.
All right. Peanut butter is just going to be, and this could also be interchanged with, like almond butter or
Yeah.
Allie likes the
Okay.
sunflower butter.
Yeah,
Um,
I do like the almond butter a little better.
oh, well, okay. I do think almond butter is a little bit healthier, so we'll do almond
Okay.
butter. All right. Let's see. All right. And then, all right. So right there, if we do about 200 grams of frozen banana, some soy milk, almond butter, we're looking at 573 calories. We're already like a quarter of the way there.
Okay, good.
What we could maybe throw some spinach or something in there. We'll probably come back and see what we're
Yeah.
missing by the end as far as um, other veggies and stuff like that. But that should be a relatively easy to digest, relatively high calorie meal for you. Our next meal, meal two, the trick that I've found with bodybuilders is rice seems to digest well for a lot of people,
Okay.
and specifically white rice. There's this
Okay.
kind of public fear of, oh no, it's white rice, it's high glycemic index. I've heard brown rice is healthier, but really, thanks to the way that farming is today, brown rice, it has that husk on the outside, so
Yeah.
um, there ends up being arsenic in the soil, and the arsenic mainly hangs out in that
Yeah.
husk. So it's okay if you love brown rice. I would just maybe not eat it 3 meals a day every day, maybe once a day or every other day. But white rice does a much better job digesting. It's easier to get
Right.
through. And we don't really eat white rice or rice in general because it's highly nutritious. Things like beans, tofu, fruits, vegetables, nuts, those are all highly nutritious, but rice is just a super easy form of calories. So we can do regular white rice. We could also do cream of rice or rice noodles or rice cakes. Like all of those are pretty easy foods to get down. So I'm thinking we do some rice and then we throw some tofu on there.
Okay.
I also like that Trader Joe's brand. For you,
Yeah, it's
half a
nice.
block might be a lot at once. So I think we'll go down to like a third of a block. We could throw some soy
Okay.
sauce. Um, and then another that I've found at least easily digestible veggie that has a little bit more protein, and that we seem to be able to eat in higher quantities without digestive distress is green peas. So you could throw some green peas in there. And maybe just top it off with some carrots. Orange
Okay.
foods in general, so the pumpkin from the last meal plan or carrots, they have vitamin A. So I like to plan at least some orange food. So we got carrots, pumpkin could do that, orange bell peppers. What else? Basically any orange fruit. I think certain orange squashes. Um, so that's another 560 calories right there. And I think that should be a relatively easy meal to get down. Another thing about
Okay.
the meal plans, what I love about them is there's consistency built in, and it allows you to either mentally or even better, like literally have a food journal and be like, oh, it's been an
Yeah.
hour since I ate my first meal. I feel good. Oh, it's been an hour since my second meal. I've been farting. I've been bloated. I don't feel great. Okay, something
Right.
is not working for us. So then maybe we make a swap. Um, all right. What else? Is there anything else that you eat right now that seems to digest well that is on the higher calorie side that you like?
Rice is great. Pasta is great. I've tried, like, I swear I've tried every bean pasta known to man, and they do not sit well with me.
Okay.
Um, but potatoes are great. Sweet potatoes are great. Um, all of those work well.
And when you do pasta, you just do regular wheat-based pasta?
Yeah, I mean, when I have it, I
Okay.
do either white pasta or wheat pasta. I like them both.
Okay.
And they're both nice and cheap, and they both sit well. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
can't eat tomato sauce because I have GERD issues.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll stay away from the tomato sauce.
I can put
Um,
hummus on it.
I love that. That sounds
It's
amazing. I'm hungry
good.
right now. Allie's over here cooking something that smells amazing. I think it's tofu. Okay, well, so I don't always program in wheat-based foods for everyone, because some people they digest not as well for. So this would just be one that I'd keep an eye on. But if you have a history of digesting it well, we can do pasta. And I think hummus sounds phenomenal on top. Hummus is going to be a little bit more calorically dense. And then I would say maybe we can add in, would you want to add in either make maybe green beans or spinach with this one?
Green beans would be good with that.
Okay, we'll do some green beans. And then I think to get a little bit of protein for this one, we could add some TVP. Have you had TVP
Oh yeah.
before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I think that'll be an easy way to just mix in just a little bit more protein, a little bit more calories. And look at that. I think we're right on track here. So, another 30 grams of protein, 76 carbs, 12 fat. And for most of these meals here, you guys can season them however you like. Salt, pepper, garlic. Careful with your personal digestion. Onion can kind of go either way for people.
Yeah.
But it just other ways to make it taste good. So then I think for meal four, we could kind of go either way. We could make like another smoothie, or we could do. Allie likes to make these pudding bowls, so she'll take. Maybe we could do this just a little bit of protein powder and mix it in with yogurt,
Sure.
vegan yogurt.
Okay.
Okay. And you said you have some of the veg on hand as well.
I do.
Okay. Well, we'll keep it on the lower side. And then
Have you tried the militant vegan brand protein? It's really good.
I have not. That would be new for me.
They're
Um,
I recommend checking them out. They're out of Texas. They're a really small business. They have a vanilla one that's really mild.
okay. I'm the opposite of you. I like it to be stupidly
Oh,
sweet.
okay.
I had come from one that had artificial sweeteners. It took me a while to get used to the veg. Now I enjoy the veg, but there was an adjustment period there where I was
I
like, I don't know
gotcha.
if I can
Okay.
do this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I have
Um,
this cinnamon roll veg. I could use that for sure.
okay. And then do you have any vegan yogurts available to you? The
Yeah,
dark
I can
side, the
get the
cashew
Kite
one.
Hill and I can get the Forager.
Okay. Yeah, we can do Kite Hill. I'm just gonna guess here. I could have the right one, I could have the wrong one, but it's roughly 190 calories. And we could mix that with the veg. And then let me see. Allie, you could be amazing for me right now. Could you grab me your granola that I eat every night? Do we have any left? Oh my gosh. Do you remember Elizabeth? Purely. Allie has this vegan. Check the flavors. I think, are they all vegan? I think they're all vegan. Purely Elizabeth granola. It is some next level stuff. I'll just eat it out of the bag way more than I should. But granola is usually pretty easy to digest, pretty calorie dense.
Okay.
Um, and then maybe let's throw some berries in there. Do you prefer
Oh yeah.
strawberries, blueberries,
I like
raspberries?
strawberries and blueberries. I usually get them frozen just because they're much less
Cheaper.
expensive that way. We go
Yeah,
to like Sam's Club and it's cheap to get a big bag of blueberries.
there we go. Well, I'm just gonna put 125 grams of mixed berries here, and
Okay,
and
perfect.
and then you can kind of it's basically 50 calories of whatever berries you want. So if we do that, this is what I would call a relatively healthy diet here. Nothing in here is like super processed, unhealthy foods in any hand. I mean, like if we're gonna have the people that come in and nitpick, they might be like, well, you got some sugar in the yogurt and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, um, for you to drop this weight, I feel like it'd be irresponsible to put you on like a 16 or 1800 calorie diet. You might be able to stick to it, but you might not. And if you don't stick to it, then we're just going to rebound and be back at square one, or possibly have other issues related to the mental health side of this as approaching
Yeah.
it, or the physical side as far as your metabolism. I think this would be a great starting point. And this puts you
Okay.
at 2,200 calories, 285 carbs, 72 fat, 119 protein. If we're not, lifting heavy weights right now, we don't need the most amount of protein in the world. And protein is a little bit harder to digest and it's more filling. So if hunger became a big issue, we'd probably want to move some of these carbs over to protein. But for right now,
Okay.
I mean, this is a miniature version of what I eat in most days. I go a bit higher on the protein, but I'm way more calories. And for you, let's say you lose 20, 30 pounds following this plan over the next several months, and then it stalls out, and you're like, okay, I'm not losing weight here. you could pull out the white rice. You could pull
Right.
down on the bananas in the first meal. You could pull
Okay.
down on the pasta. Those would be good places to start. But this, this should give you something that you can track. Most of these are relatively portable. I think meal preppable. Like
Yeah,
you could put these in a container and go. And so,
for sure.
yeah, this should be a really good start. So if you can shoot me, are you in the United States as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If you want to send me a text message, my number is 352-215-0008, and I'll send you a screenshot of this one as well so you can take it with you.
I
Um,
appreciate that so much.
yeah, well, thank you for being here. I mean, normally I do this stuff by myself and I don't get to talk about it. So this was a little, and I have to just, oh man, does she like blueberries or should I go with raspberries? I don't know. This this allows me to have a little bit more fun with it. I feel like I should do this
The
every
only
time now.
thing here that I don't like is green peas. Is there something I could swap out for them?
Oh, did I
Usually, if I
put
have a
these?
recipe that has green peas, I swap it out for edamame.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Just match the
Okay.
calories back. Just use edamame, about 100 calories. Um,
Yep.
I love
Okay.
green peas, but that's just me. I understand everybody comes from a different place there. But yeah, swap it with edamame or another 100. I mean, realistically, too, if you were just in a rush and would rather do more rice, you could. I was just trying to give you
Okay.
something that has some more micronutrients. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, or you could do another bean. If I mean, it might sound weird, but
Okay.
I might even throw black beans or garbanzo beans in there with that, so that would be another option.
No,
Um,
I don't think that's weird. I think black beans go with everything. So,
okay, cool. We need to do a protein series. I need to pull Courtney back on because you can blend black beans and like put them with protein powder and make like, well, you made some the other night, right? Was that with lentils? With lentils or with black beans, you can make desserts. It sounds weird, but it's great. Let me catch up here in the comments because I was all over the place. Costco has organic soy milk for a great price in bulk boxes. I did not know that. Um, Len says he loves rice. Jordan, cream of rice is your favorite. Um, Kite Hill is in the rotation. Yes, it's good. And Purely Elizabeth, it is. It is stupid good. So, anyone else? You guys have anybody here have any questions as far as meal planning or your own specific things? We got like just a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna run my spiel and then get out of here. But any any other questions, people? Feel free to come off mute or type it out. No?
Hey,
All right.
John.
All right. Yes.
I had a quick question. So when we're doing the meal plans, and we want to drop weight, you're suggesting to just lower the carbs,
Yeah, typically that's usually
the starting point?
the starting point. If we're getting on the stage and getting like stage lean, then I might potentially pull fats as well, and even closer, maybe even some protein. Typically, I would say for most people, protein can kind of be set and almost forgotten about. I usually do about your body weight. Now, if you go on a major transformation here, like if Dan drops 50, 60 pounds, he might not need the protein quite that high. I mean, they might have not even needed it that high at the start, but protein helps keep you full. So from that aspect, no issues there. Also, sidebar, a lot of people don't know this. I'm trying to help break this myth, so I'm going to put it out there. Protein does not damage your kidneys. Kidneys get damaged primarily from high blood pressure. High blood pressure can come from being overweight. High blood pressure can come from stress. High blood pressure can come from drug use, from smoking. But high protein intake does not contribute to high blood pressure, and high protein intake does not contribute to kidney disease. I just want that to be known. I've been eating over 300 grams of protein for probably the last 7 or 8 years. My kidney values come back great all the time, and that's because I make sure my blood pressure stays in check. There is a reason why though. If you have kidney disease, doctors are like, "Hey, we can't give you protein," and that's because once your kidneys have failed, then they cannot process protein. But it is not the processing of protein that causes them to fail. Huge misconception, but also We probably don't need as much protein as people think. I think we've been beat over the head with it in the United States. I think we've been told as vegans it's hard to find, but it really is, one, not that hard to find, especially now, and two, probably not needed that much. But back to Sergio's question here. I normally set protein and usually kind of just forget it. Fats, usually same thing. They'll kind of stay about the same. You got your protein here, your fats here. And then if we're in a mass gaining muscle building phase, we push those carbohydrates up. And then it's time to take some fat off. We pull those carbs down. But the protein and the fat, they stay about the same all the time. Can we make swaps? Sure. You definitely can. I've had clients before be like, hey, today I went like 30 grams over on protein. What do you recommend I do? You can pull out 30 grams of carbs. It'll almost match up identically because carbs and protein both have 4 calories per gram. But yeah, I hope I went on a little bit of a tangent there, Sergio, but does that kind of clear up thought process there?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So like for you, we're putting on muscle right now. So for Sergio, we're probably going to mostly be pushing carbs up. But if we get to a point where we need to give him a caloric increase, and he's like, man, I would love a little bit more protein powder to use with my creamy at night. Then we can plug in protein powder. You can grow off more calories from protein. Or I really wish I had some more almonds in my cereal or whatever. Like we could add almonds. So totally possible to do that. All right. I'm trying to get the chat pulled up. If you're very active, you might need the carbs. Lowering the fat is what I would do, as long as there's enough fat for hormonal balance. Yeah, we kind of have like a minimum fat intake, so we could always pull fat until we hit that. I usually keep fat a little bit over that and then just pull carbs to wherever we need to get to go. Ideally, though, not doing a crash course diet, ideally having some cardio in the plan so that you're burning more calories there. And ideally, doing some resistance training and weightlifting, because a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle and it uses more fuel. It's almost like, the way I look at it, if you drive a monster truck, you're going to need a lot more gas than if you drive a Prius. And so the bigger you can build yourself, the more muscle that you can carry, the more you can be like that monster truck and use more gas. In real world, please drive the Prius, not the monster truck. We're trying to save the planet, particle and vegan. But yeah. So does anyone else here have any meal plan related questions? Like, final call. Alex, are you on the line as well?
Yeah.
All right. Can you do me a favor? We have that link for people that want to hop on a call with us. I think that there's at least a few people in here that we could try and help either tonight, or we can get you guys booked for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one that we've used for the raffles in the past.
The form, yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna have a form. So if anybody here, if you haven't come off mute or you don't want to, but you would like to get some specific support for where you're at, that's why we created Vegan Squad. That's why a lot of our coaches have showed up here tonight. I'm sure they got other places to be, but they want to be here so that they can support you and give back and help you on your vegan journey. We've shown you guys a few times tonight the Vegan Squad method. By combining nutrition with training, accountability, and communication, there is not a single person on this planet that we can't help. And my thought process is, if we don't absolutely change your life, yeah, I'll stop sharing my screen. If we don't change your life, we've done something wrong. Every single one of these coaches here has changed my life in some shape or form, for the better. And I would love to share that opportunity with you, as well as encourage you, if you have someone in your life that you care about, a friend, family member that could use some help on their journey, whether they're vegan or not, we work with anyone. Send them this link. It's a free call. We just want to get some information, find out what your goals are, see if we feel like we can help you, and then we will extend a month to anyone in need. So if anybody would like to grab this link, share it with your friends, send it to your family. I'm gonna send it to my mom because she's been asking some questions that I'm like, we can help you with that. We can help you build a healthier diet. Wheat thins, they say they're healthy on the box. They try and trick you, but they're just wheat. They're not health foods. We need more beans, more nuts, more fruits. Basically, these meal plans that we put here. But everybody's a little bit different. Batty, I never would have written that meal plan for you if you hadn't told me you struggled with eating. I would have given you something that's going to keep you so full you probably wouldn't have been able to eat it. So that's my ask. If you have anything that we can help you with, and realize too, I've worked with several of these coaches over the years. I've known them for a while, and once they learned enough, they've decided to take it upon themselves to go out and help other people. And I think that's a huge takeaway. The more knowledge you guys can gain, the more that you can soak up and absorb and go hand to the next generation. That's what we need to do. We need to put this out there, share it with as many people as possible. Like Courtney making these protein rolls, that needs to be put out there. Knowing that protein doesn't harm your kidneys, that needs to be put out there. That you can be vegan and build muscle, that needs to be put out there. And I want to just say, I had my head up my butt for a long time. I did not speak about veganism. I didn't put it out there. I didn't literally put it on my head because I don't know. I guess I cared what the world thought about me. But if you really cared, I think that you'd speak up for what's important. We have a lot of animal rights issues that need to be spoken about. We have a lot of human rights issues in this country that need to be spoken about. We need to do all that we can to be kind and courteous to those around us. And so that's basically our whole MO here with Vegan Squad. We want to change the world. We want to help 10 million people. Can't do it alone. So if you want to click the link, if you want to send the link to your best friend, to your sister, it would help us, and then we can help them. So that's all I got. I'm gonna go eat my food, and I hope you guys sincerely have the best night ever. And I'm here, the squad's here. If you guys ever have a question, if it's something little, something big, we're here to help. I had a lot of help on my journey getting here. I didn't do this alone, and now it's my turn to give back. So thank you all.